Ward Nye has been walking around quarries for most of his life, driven in part by what he learned from his father, a lawyer at a private construction and materials company. That experience put him on the road to a distinguished 3-decade career in the building materials business. After spending nearly 13 years with Hansen plc, Nye joined Martin Marietta in 2006 as President and Chief Operating Officer. In 2019, as the company's Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, he joined an elite group of business executives on Forbes magazine's list of America's most innovative leaders.
My father was an attorney as well, but he worked in-house for what was then a large family-owned, closely held family business that was both in construction and in materials. So I had a history around this business for a while, then ended up with a legal education, but I'll confess I've been walking around quarries for most of my life.
A member of the S&P 500 Index, Martin Marietta is a leading supplier of building materials, aggregates, cement, ready-mixed concrete, and asphalt. An expanding network of coast-to-coast operations spans 30 states, Canada, and the Bahamas. Under Nye's leadership, 2020 marked the 9th consecutive year of growth. His colleagues and industry peers say his vision, commitment, and innovative spirit are keys to his success.
He has obviously achieved the highest levels of professional achievement, but yet he has a special way of connecting with people. It is so important to him, and he genuinely likes people and deeply cares about them.
His vision is incredible. He's always a couple of steps ahead. So when we're talking about an issue, Ward's already thought a couple steps ahead and is very inquisitive. And he's a servant leader by definition. I can't remember a phone call or a meeting that I had with Ward where he didn't end up the conversation saying, "What can I do for you?"
Ward's got a tremendous sense of duty and devotion. If he agrees to do something or be part of an organization, he's going to see it through. He takes his responsibilities very personally and very seriously. I mentioned he's the hardest working man in the industry, and he brings that same approach to any organization or team he's a part of.
What Ward's really good at is his innate ability to, cultivate relationships. And I think that's going to be really important, especially with what's going on in DC as he takes over the chairmanship at ARTBA.
If you're ever friends with Ward Nye, you have a friend for life.
Nye's proudest achievement can't be found in a boardroom, however.
The primary achievement that I'm proud of is my wife and I have been married to each other for well over 30 years. We still like each other. And importantly, we have 3 children that I would say are happy, moral, and productive children.
Nye also has a great deal of respect for transportation construction industry firms and their shared goals of building the nation and the workforce.
They are such a resilient industry, number one. And number two, what they do each and every day truly contributes to the fabric of what this nation is.
Nye's commitment to the construction industry and his firm's 9,000 employees motivated his decision to become a volunteer leader in the American Road and Transportation Builders Association. His leadership contributions in the association over the past decade are impressive. As he prepares to take the chairman's gavel, Nye spoke about his agenda for the year ahead during a recent interview at Martin Marietta's headquarters in Raleigh, North Carolina.
We're on the cusp of achieving the most significant infrastructure action of this century. The bipartisan infrastructure package approved by the Senate and actually gaining momentum in the House of Representatives would boost highway, bridge, public transportation, airport, and other types of infrastructure activities for the next 5 years. This legislation is well positioned, but there are no guarantees in Washington, D.C., and as such, we have no greater priority than assuring the message gets over the goal line as quickly as possible. If and when the infrastructure package is enacted, there'll certainly be an attempt to spike the football and feel like our work is done. The reality is our path is much more complicated. First, we have to remain vigilant through the annual budget and appropriations process to assure that the packages are delivered. Second, a substantial portion of the investments proposed by the Senate Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act is reserved for new grant programs that still need to be defined in the implementation phase. So there's still work to be done. Just over a year ago, our association embarked on an aggressive 3-year strategic plan. It's no surprise that the top 2 priorities of my chairmanship are the top 2 priorities of that plan. Our volunteer leaders and staff have done a great job of implementing the other components of our strategic plan since last June, but there's still much to be done. I helped put us on a path as co-chairman of our strategic planning committee, and I intend to ensure we continue to make progress on achieving the priorities we collectively set. One of the things I'm excited about during my year as ARTBA chair is the opportunity to help all of us reconnect as a community. That starts with the resumption of ARTBA and other industry meetings. I also very much look forward to joining our state contractor affiliates at their meetings.
Ward and I have a unique relationship, and one I've really come to value over the last 10 years or so that we've worked together. We're peers, we're competitors, we're customers of each other, but most importantly, we've become really good friends. But in each one of those contexts, I've really come to appreciate Ward's leadership attributes. I think first of all, he articulates a really clear vision, a vision that everyone can appreciate and understand. He's very strategic. He combines both the near-term objectives, the tactics, along with a long-term ambition. He begins really with the end in mind. And he's incredibly collaborative. He engages with a wide range of constituents to ensure he's putting together the right plan and to make sure that everyone understands their role in delivering on that plan. But bottom line, he's results-oriented.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your 2022 ARTBA Chair, Ward Nye.